DeSantis, but after the latest, I don't know what DeSantis outburst.
Ugh.
I'm not
Ugh.
sure anymore. He's like,
Ugh.
he could be the fucking least appealing person who's ever run for president.
He is. He's like doing a Greg Stilson speed run here. Just
Yeah.
like any artifice of serious political guy just peeling off and revealing, that like Toontown screech.
How would they know me? Okay, think about that. Do you honestly believe that's credible?
How would they know me?
How would they know me? He's screaming like on the Daily now.
And I like the thing about him torturing people at Guantanamo, because he's like, come on, man. He's like, that was years ago. Do you think that you would remember the haunting face of the man who tortured you as you helplessly screamed for mercy?
God, just imagine,
Matt,
like, yeah.
He's doing the Greg Stilson. He announces his candidacy in Toontown and has to and grabs the baby from Roger Rabbit to protect himself from one of the talking bullets fired at him. He's a toon.
He is a toon.
It's like everything that people said about like Hillary as a person that people were supposed to relate to. It is true. It seems to be like triply true for DeSantis. He is the least likable person put out as like a major
he's the best.
possibility.
He's the best resume guy, but for the Republicans.
Yeah, but it's just like wholly off-putting. Who is seeing that and going like, that's my guy.
The
That's
number of
leader.
Republicans who have had in-person meetings with DeSantis came out
So
and
by
then immediately
6.
endorsed Trump. At this point, it's a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the Giuliani effect. The same thing happened to Giuliani.
I have
in
15
2008,
minutes,
where
by the way.
Maury campaign
Tons of
was
time to
he
think,
fucking
but-
did because people actually saw him. That's DeSantis's fate. No one can withstand beating him.
Well, speaking of Hot Boy Summer, they're saying that he might announce his candidacy in June.
And that's what all the fucking pro DeSantis people say. They're like, oh, wait till he announces. Everything's gonna change when he announces. What is his voice gonna crack?
God,
I think we do just develop the bishop, though.
Because like, it'd be one thing if you get abducted by the global hegemon and taken across the world to be tortured by some faceless bureaucratic psycho, like, or some wild-eyed like O'Brien-like believer, but then to just have this persnickety dickhead just show up being like, "Let's torture a clock."
Yeah, like overhearing this fucking pussy in the other room. I said no bun. I'm on the South Beach diet. It's carbs.
It's force feeding time. Not for me. It's sugar.
Yeah, you. Here comes the pudding.
That's where he acquired his taste for pudding.
Yep.
When he was forcing it up the nose of to helpless.
I don't. I could go Rook B8 and play B5.
90% of the people at Guantanamo were totally innocent. Just need to throw that out there as well as part of Ron DeSantis overseeing one of our torture gulags. But you know what?
Position is fairly dry. I don't really see the counterplay other than maybe with the B pawn.
People are past that. They don't want to hear about Guantanamo or the war on terror anymore, or torture or any of that shit. That's old. That's just old stuff. Don't bring it up.
Yeah, I do think that there is a general social aversion to Funko Pop fascism as represented by Ron DeSantis, but who knows? We'll see.
Funko Pop fascism, man, that is. That's Hot Boy Summer right there. That's the phrase of the year.
Queen A5. And then put the rook on C8 or something. I mean, he might try to, I don't know. Oh, A4 is a crazy idea. Just put the rook on C8. Oh, Guantanamo Ron is over. Damn.
surgical operation in which titanium bars were inserted into his chest in order to counteract his congenital condition of pectus excavatum, sunken chest. The surgery caused fluid to accumulate in his lungs, which he called excruciatingly painful. Several weeks later, he was rushed to the hospital due to a collapsed lung. In August 2021, as Crowder was still recovering from both treatments, his wife gave birth to twins. So just like choosing to get an elective surgery, so it's timed perfectly for when your wife delivers twins.
Oh wait,
as you said,
that's when the greatest screenshot of all time. I mean, the picture of Crowder like all Bolsonaro'd up in the hospital bed, tubes coming out of him, and then it says subscribed on Spotify. I have to find that. That's got to be our episode thumbnail.
But yeah, like the original video announcing his divorce to his cretinous fan base was, again, like the highlight was him saying, like, look, I just want to make it clear, the most important thing, my true North Star in all this horrible ordeal is that my children are totally blameless. And it was just like, I mean, Felix, you said no one would have thought to blame the kids, but they were my first culprits in why this otherwise happy marriage was. And then the other really funny part about the divorce announcement video.
They were my first culprits.
My wife chose to end this marriage.
So he goes here.
This was not my choice. She like, and in the state of Texas, that's still allowed. Normal world, normal state, you can just get a divorce from your partner. It's just like, did he think that wasn't allowed? Is there any state in America where like I don't know?
No fault divorce is universal now.
Well, I mean, like I think like in his comments on this, it's clear that like the right wing are trying to claw that back or whatever, which I think is a good idea because then we can go back to the classic era of private investigators, where like you hire a guy like
creeping and peeping, taking pictures of you through the window of your motel room with your secretary while you chase her around in art boxers. and then after sex, you cool off with a big old cigar and then a giant Dagwood sandwich. And the whole time there's a skeevy private detective taking pictures with a comically giant camera. Return.
I think it's a great idea. They don't have there aren't enough things that are alienating women voters on the GOP side. There aren't enough things that will completely alienate suburban white women.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know that husband who you barely put up with day to day, who like you have a perfectly managed cocktail of prescription drugs and boxed wine to keep you from murdering him. Yeah, we're going to get rid of any legal possibility for you to ever leave him.
Yeah.
And like, look, folks, we've joked in the past on this show about the rolling pin, but holy shit, like Steven Crowder needs like the steamroller. The Supreme Wife Council needs to render a sentence of death
He needs
on Steven Crowder. After I saw that video that Yashar fucking published of this fucking asshole just lying around smoking a big old cigar, demanding that his 8 months pregnant wife with twins walk their dogs and give their dogs medicine that's toxic to pregnant women, and he was just like, put on gloves, you're not being wifely. This is about respect and discipline and being your wifely duties. And she was just like, I'm taking the car to do errands, to buy you steak and pellets for your wood-burning grill. And then he's just like, watch
he's got a Traeger? Of course he does.
Yeah.
Fucking, of course. He's just got his giant stogie looking at his app. I'm grilling like a real man.
Least abusive Traeger owner.
Yeah.
He's he's like demanding his wife handle like the dog.
Oh shit.
He probably gave the dogs cancer so he could get more attention in the household. It's a fucking one-car household.
Yeah, that was
a one-car household. This guy makes at least hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year, living in fucking Texas, in a Texas suburb, with one car. You only do that if you want to torture your fucking wife.
Yes.
If you want to have complete control over your fucking wife, if you're that guy.
Felix, it's about respect and discipline. The discipline of being a one-car household.
Okay.
But, think about that. Is like he was furious at his wife because she was taking the car to run errands for him before doing the other errands he had assigned her or chores he assigned her.
So take.
He was getting furious at her because she was like, "You're abandoning me here. You're trapping me in this house, and you're totally."
And then what? Does he have some tactic with his? I don't know.
Like that because he wants to.
Definitely taking that though.
Yeah, ancillary to everything else, but I found out. So you know how the Daily Wire offered him $50 million
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
3 years. It turns out, okay, see, he has 50,000 subscribers. That
If
like,
you take, he takes like
God,
that though.
that's like close to what we have.
Yeah.
Take on
They're
A4,
playing with
I'll
such
take.
inflated numbers on the conservative side.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, if he's being offered $50 million, like over $10 million a year contract, and there's one fucking car, yeah, it's very obvious. I mean,
I
there's
guess if
also
you
the
take, he
wife
will have to take with a bishop,
following all these
and then you just
accounts
play
on
rook
Instagram
c8.
that people found that are like,
Because if
how
you
to
take,
survive
take,
narcissistic
take
abuse,
rook b1.
getting out of
Jesus
like
Christ.
just awful. Like
Wait,
I mean, we already knew he was a fucking awful guy, but like Jesus Christ, what
I
a
mean, it was
psycho.
like
it was probably a hard day for her when she realized that he just married her for her wardrobe.
Yeah,
Just wanted access
Did
to
you
all those
see-
wonderful women's clothes for him to own the libs.
if you
in.
take on
Did
A4,
you see
a
that guy
4.
Owen Benjamin's post about it? And like, I love these right wing guys. They all slit each other's throat the first fucking chance they get because that
Yeah.
Owen Benjamin guy was, and he
This
said,
bishop's hanging.
he's like, look, I know to my listeners and
Oh
subscribers,
no,
I
the bishop's
seem
not
like
there
a fairly
anymore.
alpha dominant personality, but I assure
But the
you,
pawn is hanging.
in my personal conduct, whenever I meet another male,
So
I immediately defer to their whims and just basically roll over and display my stomach to Steven Crowder and immediately allow him to dress me up in fishnets to own trans people. And then he was like, I agreed to do this sketch with Steven Crowder because we were owning the trans people. But then, like, I realized he was just dressing me up like a prostitute, and there was really no bit or joke. But he was just, he was just oh my god!
I
And
I
then
like that Owen Benjamin thing because it is true. He does have like the phenotype of someone who's just like, oh, where are we going, boss?
Yeah, he's got classic minion energy. Like,
Yeah.
he is.
when he said in that
He's
post,
like a human minion.
I'm a natural Bravo.
Yeah.
That's up there with hot
mean,
boy
true.
summoner as a phrase that's going to be rattling around my head until I die.
True though. I mean, he should be wearing a turtleneck and a newsboy cap at the loading dock and going, "There's the bat."
I hear he drains blood on a guys. Pipe down, yous. Keep unloading this crack.
Yeah, he does. He has the look of one of the first guys you kill in Max Payne.
Yeah.
But I just love the idea that like everyone
Or
in
he
the
just
Crowder
takes-
orbit has been force femmed by him at some point for like a humorous comedy sketch, in which they're like the joke of which is that like, hey, what if I had tits and was wearing
Yeah.
hot pants? And like the astonishing thing to me about the leaked like Yashar Ali video is that like this motherfucker talks to his wife in exactly the same way he talks to his cretinous fans on his like webcast. It's just like I mean, I guess like he really does live the values that he espouses of being a complete piece of shit. It's like when he's just lecturing his wife on being wifely, I was just like, wow, this dude just doesn't.
I think I
turn
do
it
just
off.
take on
I
C.
I am a little
I don't think this
I am a
really
little-
gets me anywhere.
unnerved, I guess, that Yashar Ali can
Or
just
is this
get your
like-
fucking
yeah,
home
exactly.
recordings and put them on the internet.
This actually
Yeah,
does
I seem
something.
like a good precedent.
I don't. Well, he's Varys the spider. One of his birdies got it.
his little birds are everywhere, and everyone's ring fucking camera.
Yeah, I like. Maybe that just like that's a part of the Ring TOS that no one read. That's on page 89. Yasher can access your Ring camera at any time. Okay.
And like, and I guess like the cherry on top of this whole Crowder affair is that like he spent years as like a young conservative pundit, and like his beat was like I'm the marriage guy. And I was reminded of this Fox News piece that he wrote back in 2015 called "Waiting Till the Wedding Night: Getting Married the Right Way," in which he just like in the article, like he describes going on his honeymoon with his now ex-wife, and like they see a woman like at breakfast the next day, who like she had just got married as well, but like her husband was still in the hotel room because he was a little hungover from partying the night before. And then, like, in the article, Crowder just talks about, like, I was disgusted at this absolute boob and oaf who ruined what should have been the most special night of his life by getting drunk like it was just another party. And the whole thing is just talking about like I got married the right way. And if you feel judged right now, good, because I am judging you. Like we waited to consummate our marriage on our wedding night, and it's just like, what a fucking psycho.
It was a beautiful moment. My wife slipping the zipper down the back of my dress.
Yeah, he says.
So
Being
rook
judged,
c5
I
if he
couldn't
goes
care less. You know
f4.
why? Because my wife and I were judged all throughout our relationship. People laughed, scoffed, and poked fun at the young, celibate, naive Christian couple. We'd certainly never make it to the wedding without shtupping, and if we did, our wedding night would be awkward and terrible, they said. Turns out that
No,
people
they
couldn't
didn't.
have been more wrong.
No one said that. No one said that to you. That's all literally in your head.
He says, looking back, I think that the women saying those things felt like the floozies they ultimately were, and the men, with their fickle manhood tied to their pathetic sexual conquest, felt threatened. I think it's important to write this column, not to gloat, though I'll be glad to, but to speak up for all the young couples, all the young cuckolds who have also done things the right way. When people do marriage right, they don't complain so much, and so their voices are silenced by the rabble of promiscuous charlatans peddling their pathetic worldview as progressive. Our wedding was perfect. Our wedding night was nothing short of amazing. Oh, Steven, don't spare on the details, buddy. I write this on a plane headed into a tropical paradise with the most beautiful woman to have walked the planet Earth. I know everybody says that their bride was the most beautiful in the world. They're wrong. I win. So it's like his perfect wedding night and perfect honeymoon. He's writing this bullshit for Fox News during it.
That is the mark of the perfect wedding night. It's,
e4.
You know, a true culmination of love, Song of Songs type sex. When you are sending, you know, on the night of your wedding, are sending a Google Doc to your editor at Fox News for something you're going to be paid $250 for.
No, here's the thing I'm referencing. He says, "Where's the groom?" My wife innocently, scratch that, naively asked. "Oh, he's sleeping. There was just no way he was coming out with me this morning." She paused and smirked. Let's just say he's got a lingering headache from a really good time last night. My heart sank. Firstly, that poor schmuck's good time was simply getting snookered, not enjoying the company of close family and long-lost friends with a clear head and clean conscience, not staring in awe at his beautiful new wife, wanting to soak in every he wants to soak his new wife. The of her eyes as she shot him heart-racing looks from across the dance floor.
Trying to soak,
this
baby.
Is gay, man. Like, no man talks about his wedding. It's perfect. This guy probably had a Pinterest board for his fucking perfect wedding night.
I'm sure it was a very BuzzFeed Benny type wedding.
Yeah, the Wes Anderson themed wedding.
Yeah. Do you think the hungover groom has ever made his wife handle radioactive dog pellets?
Wishing the best of luck to Crowder and his family, but particularly not his evil children who caused this awful divorce.
Yeah,
by not
what
being,
the fuck, kids?
They've not been childly. His wife is not wifely, and his child is not childly, as the Bible commands.
Yeah, we are wishing for Carter's family that, that I guess you never have to see him again. That is what I hope for them.
Yeah.
Really, anybody. Is this what you think Candace Owen had on him? That she was alluding to?
Oh yeah, because like I mean, in the
Maybe just rook c8
after he assured everyone that his children were not at fault for his divorce. But then like most of the video is him just playing Candace Owen clips where she's like intoning darkly about Steven's got a lot of problems, and he needs to focus on his own life right now. So I mean, I don't know. I think it was just like Candace maybe had access to, like, sort of like the Disney vault. There's the Crowder vault of all the videos of him cross-dressing and doing humorous sketches to own Joe Biden or Barack Obama that have to require him looking like a streetwalker.
Yeah, I mean, like, my first assumption with all that, with what Candace Owen said, was like, it's like how, you remember how that BuzzFeed guy, he said to Benny Johnson, "I made out with you at the Christmas party in 2014. I thought it was something like that, obviously, but I feel like if it was like a gay thing or whatever, there would be, they couldn't hold it in that much. They would have alluded to it.
Well, I don't know.
I think it's stuff like this,
Well, yeah, like
I played bishop e8 so I can go knight d7
maybe
on
it's just
f4.
the existence of a video in which he screams at his 8 months pregnant wife, "I will fuck you up." Like,
Yeah.
but immediately coming after a video where he assures everyone that there was no abuse of any kind taking place in his marriage or infidelity, I might add.
Yeah, and also when, you know, while rallying against no fault divorce, says he doesn't want to punish his kids because he picked wrong.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how the fuck do you think she feels when she's being being doubled over with the pain of being in your third trimester, being
Yeah, I'll go
ordered to
Bishop
like eat
E8,
like dog shit by
97.
your husband who's lying on a fucking deck chair smoking a cigar?
Yeah, just exhausted by his 3 hours of work a week. God, what a piece of shit.
Like I
He's,
said,
you
there's
know,
a lot of
there have always been like, you know, we watch so many conservative guys. You know, we're so familiar with so many of them. We've watched as much, if not more, of their content, consume more of it than like a lot of their fans probably. And it's like some of them along the years, you get like a grudging, like a little affinity towards them, or you think, oh, it might be fun to hang out with Sean Hannity one time, or there's something like pathetic that I like about
Felix,
Ross
you're only
Lee
saying that because you're a deluded left liberal who Sean Hannity is not threatening to. So of course you want to hang out with Sean Hannity
That's good,
Hmm.
true.
because he
But
conforms to like partisan narratives. So you'd have no
yeah,
problem throwing back a few beers at TJ McSorley's in 50th and 6th Avenue with
yeah,
Sean and his crew.
yeah. Get a few enough beers, he'll be saying, "I'm Sean Hannity, be him." But Crowder is just like I've always just
Okay,
found
so
him
knight d7, queen
fascinating.
c8,
Like
king
outside of
f8.
politics, just as a person, wholly unlikable in every fucking way.
Completely irredeemable swine. I totally get like we've had our faves on this show. Like despite the evil that men do, there's some glimmer of humanity or some quirk of personality or weirdness that makes them slightly
I
endearing.
mean, you could also
You
just
know, Crowder
take.
is human shit. He is human dog shit. He
Yeah,
is lower
always
lower
has
than
been.
lower than like a dead rat on the street is his value as a human being.
He's always made my fucking skin crawl. Every iteration.
It's just like he's
of
so
him.
essentially talentless. That's the thing. Is like his
Yeah.
attempts to be, despite being like an evil.
So you
vile
could
demigod,
take,
like
take,
it's just
take,
like his attempts at being
and play knight
funny
f8.
are so excruciating. They're worse than.
But you could also just play king
anything,
f8.
racist or misogynistic drivel that he parrots to his audience of knuckle dragging creatures.
And I'm curious what he's doing with this.
Oh God, no. Oh God.
It's fucking terrible. It's
And, like,
terrible.
he looks like-
everything he does.
I swear to God, like I think he did get pectoral implants or something.
He
'cause,
might
like, in that video,
play
he's
knight
looking like-
e6
Like
on
looks
king
like Hans
f8.
and Franz from SNL. Like those don't look like
Yeah.
real
So if you
muscles
play
to
king
me.
f8,
He's getting all kinds of gender affirming surgeries.
he
Let's
plays
put it
knight
that
e6,
way.
pawn takes, pawn takes. Oh wait, sorry. He plays knight e6 check, pawn takes, and then bishop takes g7. And then you would have to take, and then you could, yeah, and then you'd be in a very kind of weird position, or maybe you have to play. Maybe you'd have to play here, and then he could take here. Yeah, it's kind of iffy. I don't love it. So maybe I do take here and play knight f8. So it takes with check, king here. He would just take here. He always has g3 on the perpetual, so the perpetual isn't necessarily that good. This might be kind of lost. I don't know. I could play knight f6. He has knight e6. Takes. Bishop takes. 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 So I could take, knight f8. Take, takes on e7. Queen a1 and queen here. I'm just gonna go for that. So I think trade queens and play like knight d7. Or does he play bishop f1? Bishop f1 might be just winning. Yeah, it's probably just winning. I could probably resign this. I don't know where I went wrong. Maybe queen a5 or something. I'm gonna try to win this down a pawn endgame. 7, 2, 5. Wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 2, 4, 7. So yeah, I'm down a pawn, so I'm gonna try to draw. But I think I had some winning chances somewhere.
Nosotros estamos en Mérida.
Bueno, yo pedí papas azules. Yo creo que muchos turistas no vienen acá. Pues yo no hubiera venido. Te la cable.
Acá está, fibra de cable.
Nadie nos está avisando. Cuidado con el celular. ¿Te diste cuenta?
Cada columna representa un estado de México.
Let's see. Let's go a5, b6.
Buen día, gente. ¿Cómo están? Espero que bien ahí. Nosotros estamos en Mérida. Llegamos ayer desde Holbox. Nos tomamos un ómnibus y nos vinimos directo hasta Mérida. El pasaje nos costó más o menos $26 por persona y alquilamos un Airbnb acá en esta ciudad que es una casa española, un casarón antiguo. Nosotros cuando lo vimos no sabíamos que era tan grande.
So as soon as he goes d7, we play 96. He starts pushing this pawn.
Miren estas puertas de madera antigua y alta.
And then all we need to do is bring the king over.
Con salida hacia la calle. Miren, de acá se puede ver ya parte del centro colonial de la ciudad. Las ventanitas son antiguas, como se hacían una vez las casas para que no entre mucho calor. Los pisos eran de tierra, pero ahora tienen piso. Miren acá.
Todo eso.
Miren todo esto. Este Airbnb costó $33 la noche. Me pareció buen precio. Te dan toda esta casa. Esto es típico de los tapizados que se usaban en las casas españolas.
Con modernización, wifi.
Todo. Una cocina bárbara que cocinamos unos tacos anoche. Tengo las tortillas acá todavía. Es lo único que sobró, porque el relleno lo comimos todo. No estoy tallando en la casa.
Mérida tiene el centro histórico segunda más grande de todo México. ¿Sabías vos?
Eso no lo sabía, mi amor.
Porque el centro histórico más grande queda en Ciudad de México. Comida 100% yucateca, desayuno.
¿Vamos a desayunar algo ahí entonces?
Sí,
¿Y después recorremos?
caímos en la esquina correctamente.
Vamos. Acá llegó el plato que me pedí, que son chilaquiles.
So if I get the king to
Plato que lo probé el
d6,
año pasado cuando vine a México y me gustó mucho. Solo que estos son diferentes, porque en la Ciudad de México me los sirvieron como
so I just need to play versus the king.
como más
So if his king comes this way, I go this way.
México tiene su propia receta.
If his king comes this way, I stay over here.
Me encantan los chilaquiles.
Los chilaquiles son tortillas fritas.
Nachos.
Claro, o sea, todo es como base de tortilla.
Son nachos de maíz con una salsa de, parece, de tomate, con los frijoles fritos que le dicen y 2 huevos arriba.
If he does that,
Perfecto. Como vos y yo, Lisandro.
Eso fue dulce.
mm,
Gracias. Bueno, yo pedí cómo era para
yeah, I will
azul.
play here.
La verdad, no sé qué es. Dijo tortilla, relleno de huevo y algo más. Eso sí viene con más crema, ¿eh? Y es como crema verde.
Y no es picante.
Es tortilla, creo que de maíz. Se siente el gusto del huevo, pero más la tortilla.
Ajá,
Siento que la tortilla de harina y maíz tienen gustos diferentes.
claro que sí.
Me gustó.
Buen provecho, mi amor.
Gracias.
Me enchilé otra vez. Pero está bueno el proceso. Primero se sufre y después viene el momento de relajación total. Bueno, mi amor, vamos a recorrer un poco la ciudad.
Vamos. Me siento bien llena.
Yo también, era abundante. México tiene mucha variedad de platos.
Platos que nunca viste en tu vida.
Claro. Y no es fácil de copiarla. Nos queda con el mismo sabor. Y bueno, hablando un poco de Mérida, Mérida es la capital del estado de Yucatán. Yucatán es una península muy famosa en México porque es donde están todas las ruinas y asentamientos que quedaron de los mayas. O sea, la cultura maya acá se respira por todos lados. Esta ciudad justamente fue un asentamiento maya antes de la llegada de los conquistadores españoles. Cuando los españoles llegaron a la península de Yucatán y conquistaron este lugar de México, destruyeron la mayor parte de las ciudades y los templos mayas y levantaron ciudades coloniales típicas españolas, como las que vemos acá, que son casarones altos, que era para que sean frescos porque acá hace mucho calor, con puertas también grandes para que entren los caballos. Y cuando los conquistadores destruyeron esos templos, usaron esas mismas piedras para levantar esta ciudad que podemos ver acá. Por eso a Mérida también le dicen Ciudad Blanca, porque la piedra es blanca y cuando el sol pegaba en los edificios causaba un esplendor, un brillo muy fuerte, y de ahí viene el nombre de Ciudad Blanca, el apodo de Ciudad Blanca.
Como podemos ver, en cada esquina hay unas casarronas muy grandiosas y lindos.
Españoles.
Y también coloridos. Me encanta eso.
Y algo increíble es que siempre vas a ver la mezcla de la influencia española con la influencia maya. Ciudad fue fundada por Francisco Montejo, que fue un español, un colonizador, que llegó acá, conquistó, y le dio el nombre de Mérida porque le recordó a una ciudad española. Wow, miren lo que es esta construcción, gente. Es impresionante. Esta es la Universidad Autónoma de Yucatán. Esta universidad
do I go
fue
g5
construida
on?
ya por 1600. Tiene muchísimos años y fue fundada por los jesuitas.
Or do I go
Antes
king
el
here?
diseño de las columnas.
Esas columnas son hechas con piedra caliza, ¿no?
Sí.
¿Ves?
Y la caliza acá hay tanto porque esa península está abajo.
He's gonna have
como
king.
Piedra caliza es como piedra del Caribe.
Mirá cómo se sacaban el agua.
Okay.
Esta es piedra caliza, ¿ves? Esta es piedra caliza. Mirá lo que son estos pedazos de estos bloques. Mérida también es reconocida por ser, digamos, el lugar donde se originaron los primeros movimientos.
This kind of traps my
feministas
piece.
del
This probably
país.
loses.
Es una ciudad que culturalmente está muy avanzada.
Yeah, maybe I needed to
En
go.
1916 reunieron más de 600 mujeres
I don't know
y
actually.
sentó las bases para el voto femenino y la igualdad de derechos.
¿Eh? Este es el teatro de la ciudad. Es más, mira, de 1908, el Teatro José Peón Contreras. Antiguamente era un cine y hoy, por lo que leí, si no me falla la memoria, aquí es donde toca la Orquesta Sinfónica de Yucatán. No sé si se podrá entrar al teatro.
Qué lindo patio. Información
Ay,
turística. Preguntamos si se puede visitar, pero se prendió fuego ahí arriba algo y todavía está cerrado.
Lo están reformando.
Wow, me encantó esto. Mira el rosado. Qué lindo.
Qué hermoso. Y qué bien conservado que está. Mirá, Lisana, lo que es esta iglesia. El estilo que la hicieron. Fíjate, esto está hecho todo con la piedra de los templos mayas. Todo esto lo que ves. Mirá, Lisana, hasta el Burger King queda en un casarón antiguo.
Claro, un poco de moderno con el antiguo.
Bueno, tuvimos suerte ahora porque un señor que estudia antropología en la universidad de acá de Mérida nos dijo que en una hora cierra
El mercado.
el mercado donde venden artesanías y no abre por 4 días.
Que vamos corriendo.
Vamos
para allá.
corriendo ahora porque a Lisana le encanta eso. ¿Te diste cuenta, mi amor, que las calles también son todas coloniales?
Sí.
¿Viste? No es asfalto.
Ayer escuchamos en la noche como 50 veces un caballo pasando por la
So this
calle.
was
De
good.
verdad.
1903.
Qué increíble.
Oh, this is
Toque bajo
defended.
su propio
What am I
peso.
seeing?
Ah, si toca y se cae, paga.
I just miscalculated
¿No es
this.
cierto? Permiso. Uy, qué lugar hermoso.
I just go here and
Wow.
La película El Día de los Muertos.
Con Coco. ¿No se llamaba Coco?
yeah, my
chico?
calculation is so bad lately.
Que va a buscar a su papá.
Mm.
Hermoso. Y ahí están las telas también.
Las telas hechas con agave. ¿No es cierto?
Los textiles trabajamos varios materiales. Por ejemplo, es lana. Este es 100% lana. Los colores son pigmentos naturales, se ponen de la cochina.
Knight of 6 was the best defense.
Todo es vegetal.
Lo siguen haciendo con el telar.
Se hace.
Yeah, this is no good.
Mucha gente duerme en hamaca.
It's no good. Although, oh, this is not the
Amigo de
best
acá que tiene
defense
hamaca
here. This
arriba
is
de su cama
better.
y duerme sobre la hamaca y no en la cama.
Claro.
Porque dice que es más fresco.
Wow, el sombrero.
This is not particularly theoretical, so I don't feel like there's a need to look at theory.
Fibra de bambú.
Como fibra de sisal.
But this is the best
Una crina de caballo.
Y así se ve.
¿Viste? Hasta cuando lo tocas.
best way to try to defend it.
O mi pelo después de una tormenta.
O el pelo de Lisana cuando le agarran los vientos fuertes, ¿viste?
Bueno, esta es fibra 100%.
Yeah, Knight of 6 is the better
Pero hay
idea.
una forma de suavizarlo. Cuando se mezcla con un poco de algodón, podemos hacer este hilo, que es suave y resistente. Esta es fibra adulta, es una planta de origen de
Yeah, Queen A2 was missed.
Cuando la planta, bueno,
Not a lot of time at this point.
pues se puede extraerlo más tiempo.
Queen A2
Se
is.
puede mezclar con algodón y también se hace
Wait, so
esa combinación usamos
what happens on.
cualquier hamaca. Todas las hamacas se hacen en un telar como este que se le conoce como bastidor. Se va tejiendo poco a poco toda la hamaca.
Con el agave también hacen tequila o solo lo usan para
Se
cenar?
hace el licor de mezcal. O sea, porque este es agave verde.
Okay, so yeah, this is easier to defend like
Aquí
this.
hacemos la muestra de cómo se puede extraer la fibra.
Mirá.
Sí, esa es la fibra que se va extrayendo. Entonces ya después de bien peinada la fibra, fíjese cómo es. Entonces hay formas de suavizarlo para poder hacer.
Ahí la secan.
Se seca. Sí, primero
So yeah, it becomes more and more difficult at this point.
suavizar. Pero lógicamente al ir peinando, cuando está verde tiene que dejarse al sol por un par de semanas para secarse bien y ya después volver.
Don't think there was ever a point where I was good here.
Claro, nos despedimos porque usted es muy amable. La verdad.
Muchas gracias a ustedes por
Ojalá.
visitarnos y gracias por hacer conocer a toda parte del
Yeah.
mundo nuestros trabajos aquí en Yucatán.
Ojalá se les
Y ojalá
llene.
que nos visiten
GG.
para servirles.
Gracias.